so glad you could join me today. Today we're gonna do a more interesting painting. Painting wise, it's gonna be different technique, but the image is gonna hopefully look almost similar. But let's get right into it. I'm gonna run the colors across the screen, that you will need to paint along with me. While they're doing that, let me tell you what I got done up here. Well, I didn't get anything done. I left the canvas all blank. I just put it so there's no liquid white, there's no mediums, there's no nothing. So that's why I'm saying it's gonna be a different technique, since there's no medium, and the medium is what helps us blend stuff. But I wanted to give it a different take on it, so let's see how it goes. So as you can see on my palette, I have a big old mess. I was doing paintings off camera. I never stopped, so I'm sorry about that. So let's start this video already. Let's go straight into some phthalo blue and just notice the difference with and without. And I'm just pulling in some phthalo blue. Remember, there's not even liquid clear on this, so we can't say it's because it's clear or whatever. It's just the canvas itself, and basically I'm just rubbing in some tones. Just rubbing it in. Scrub. It's a bit harder to apply paint. It's not as easy as X marks. You gotta scrub it in now. Okay. Look at my brush already. It already has tons of paint. Let's go into a little bit of titanium white. Just pure white. And just hope it blends it, which it kind of does. So I'm just doing that real quick. This is the first time I paint on a completely dry canvas. There's been times where I've done part of the canvas dry, but this is the first time I do everything on a dry surface. So it'll be interesting. I want to see if I could complete it under the time frame that I usually do. I'm just going back and forth between the white and just trying to blend all that color. And the white seems to help us out with that. And it looks like there was liquid clear on here, but in reality it's just more blending. Just more blending, which is a bit more tiring. Some dark in the corner. Okay. Damn, it took me a while just to do that. Okay. So now, I don't think there's gonna be any sort of clouds, but just to be safe, I'm gonna go with some white, and with my palette knife just going almost like circular motion. You guys never seen me do this, huh? You guys might say I've gone wild now. I'm just putting in a happy old cloud. Just one though. I don't think this painting needs the clouds. I'm just putting it just to put it. You can't lift up that easy anymore. And if I wanted to, I could pull some white on the brush. Let's see if that will work a bit better. Just going in circles. And just go across. Maybe it's just a light cloud. You could barely see it. Now, let's get crazy. Let's go into some blue. Let's go into some crimson. A little bit more bluish. And let's go into some cad yellow. More blue. Just mix up the color that makes you feel more satisfied. If you don't like the color, don't use it. That's my rule. Don't like the color, then why use it? It's like torturing yourself. I got this like dark greenish color, but I'll see what I could do of it. Let's come up here. Let's really just put in a distant mountain. And I was watching some art videos, like I always do, and I noticed when you go down on the corners, then it doesn't bring your attention. Now I'm trying to start to make it get higher in the corners with the mountain, just to sort of bring the viewer's eyes in the center. Just scratching off the paint. I think the key to this is acting like there's liquid white. I think that's the key to it. And I'm scratching off that paint. And paint is expensive and no one sponsors me, so I just place it back on my palette to clean my knife. Okay, let's come in with my brush I use for my sky. It doesn't matter if it's dirty. Doesn't really matter. Don't really care too much. And I'm just trying to spread the color. It's not that I'm trying to remove paint. It's more of me spreading the color, so when I put in the highlights it won't look off, you could say. So I'm just doing that lightly and just try my best to move color by either pulling really hard or by scrubbing it like in circles almost. Both ways work. It's just up to your preference. I'm just checking my mic again. Alright, let's go into some white. And I have this like blue greenish color. I guess I had it on my palette knife and I didn't clean it well. But where's the light coming from? I think the light comes right here. And look at that. Since there's basically no paint and no liquid white, none of that, the paint will just stick on and just give you the highlights one wants. So I'm just doing that, and maybe here comes a highlight for right-handed people, and I could say because I'm right-handed, due to my experience and everything, it's a bit more harder when you're doing it on the left side, but it's manageable. So just a heads up before you do it, or if you did it, just know it's gonna be a bit more work, but I think you could do it. I think you could do it. And so simple, I'm just gonna use that base color and some more white, because I got too dark on me. And I'm gonna just pull a bit of shadow. And when you're painting, and let's say you're not satisfied, but the colors keep, like if you have liquid white and the colors keep blending and all that stuff, I'd suggest you wait until it dries up. And once it's dried up, you could just go over, and it's somewhat simpler. It makes your life somewhat simpler, and yeah, rather than struggling over and over and not getting anywhere, I'd suggest just wait until it dries. Simple as that. And I'm just going back and forth, just highlighting, just changing my highlights, changing my shadows. You're the creator. Why not be able to change it, you know? You have to change it. You have to be able to make a choice and say, you know what, I don't like it, I'm gonna change it. Simple as that. Maybe this one comes right along here, and maybe something like that. Just go with it. Now, same dirty brush, and I'm just following that angle. Just following that angle, and I want to mist it up a bit, pull up a bit, and just go across. Now, same color we use for our mountains, and same dirty brush, tap that color into there, and maybe there's some land with bushes and all that interesting stuff. You know what? The 2.5 inch doesn't work for me anymore. So I'm gonna use a 1 inch to do the bushes. And it's okay if stuff doesn't work for you. You just have to acknowledge it, change it, and move on. Not all the time everything's gonna work for you. And you gotta know that, and you gotta learn it and respect it. Because not everything goes in your favor. Just tapping. I'm loading my brush how I regularly do. I'm just tapping in those bushes. Just tap it. Tap it and push it upwards. Simple. So simple. So I'm just washing my brush right now. Just washing it real quick. As you may know, I clean it with soap, water, and oil. The oil helps thin down the paint, and the soap and water will clean it really good. Look at that brush. Almost new. Now we have this, and so maybe I'm just gonna put in little grass area. Just scrub it on. Nothing crazy. Just scrub, scrub, scrub. And I'm gonna load my 2.5 inch with some cadmium yellow and some of that base color. And let's come up here and just tap it. That's all I care about. I'm gonna take a little crimson just to dull it down and change the color. And just like so. Just tapping. Tap, tap, tap. And you're on your way to some nice grassy looking stuff, you could say. Okay, now let's go with the base color again, and come up here, scrub it in, just scrubbing. I feel like that's the main difference with a dry canvas than a wet canvas, that you just gotta scrub more. No, I've been watching Bob Ross, Bill Alexander, all the people who do wet on wet oil painting, and they always say, oh, for these stuff you would hate it, like blending and all that, but it's just a bit more work, and honestly it doesn't look too shabby, if I say so myself. Back at it again. Let's just tap in some grassy areas. I feel like the problem is people don't trust themselves. People have to trust themselves and just let loose, let go, say I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna like the outcome because I did it. And I suggest every one of you try these paintings. They might look complicated, they might look hard, but step by step, my goal is to guide you through it and help you succeed with painting. I started this by myself. I had, rather than Bob Ross and all those artists, I didn't really had much. And I'm giving you guys step-by-step guides. Something I would have wished someone would have gave me. And one day I hope I could do in-person teaching. Right now I don't know how I would even do it, but I want to get to that point. You could always dream high enough, but you can't dream low enough. That's how I like to think about stuff. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's load up my 1-inch brush full with paint. Just loading it one way. And let's say, just do it like if you're doing a bush. People might say, oh, he's gone crazy now. Maybe I lost it. Maybe I lost it. But you want to leave those little areas. I think that will help. Some cadmium yellow and green. Hold up. I'm gonna get a flat brush, number 18, cheap old brush, and I'm gonna try to. I have some dark sienna. Usually we don't use it anymore. But heck, for this demonstration, I think I'm gonna use it. So, some dark sienna, and I'm just gonna pull in a couple little branches. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you just want the idea. Okay, put that brush to the side. And look, all that leafy stuff will cover it up for you. You know what, after looking at it, I think a branch has to go right around there. This tree trunk should go something like that, like that. You make up these decisions. I'm just showing you how I do it, and you will be the one who does it or decides, maybe I don't want to do that. It's totally fine if you don't want to do it. I'm not here to tell you what to paint. I'm simply here to tell you how, if you want to paint it. I feel as if all you need with painting is courage. Because once you build up some courage, you could do anything. And maybe, of course, the first couple of times, you're not gonna do good. I'm gonna tell you that much. And it might suck to hear that, but that's how one grows. That's how one does better. This is my first time doing on a dry canvas, and it doesn't look the best, but I bet if I kept on practicing on just pure dry canvas rather than doing wet on wet, I bet I could get good at it. But I haven't dedicated my journey into doing this. But you guys could dedicate yourself to anything you put your mind to. You have to just, if everyone tells you no, you have to think yes. You have to do what you like. You can't do what others like or what others want you to do. So I'm just putting in some dirt. It looks to be dirt. That tree looks somewhat decent. I'm gonna pop in a couple more leaves, and I'm gonna put some bright red to really sweeten the pot. It's this bright orange. Ooh, I was right about bright. Just tap it. Let me wash it. You know, that kind of loosens up the stress with washing the brush. And plus, you don't want your brushes to harden up with paint and get damaged. Of course, there's a way to restore it, but why have to go through that ordeal when you could just take 30 seconds to clean, dry, and wash? Look at that. Quick, simple, easy. If I had paint thinner right now, which I do have paint thinner, but I'm not using it. I could have used it to thin down the paint, but that avoids the challenge I'm trying to show you guys. I'm trying to show you guys how you guys could do anything. If I don't even know how to do dry canvas paintings, like start on the dry canvas, and I'm doing it. And I just want to show you guys you could do anything, and that would lose the thing. And for those who are learning along with me, if you could use paint thinner, but it would be the cheat of the challenge. This is like a challenge. Maybe not the funnest challenge that I've done, but it's still an interesting one. Because I get to learn stuff. I get to evolve from it. Let's see. I'm planning to do a couple live streams. See how many people tune in. If people even care. Just see how it goes. Maybe. Let's see. Heck, let's get crazy. I have sap green. Usually we don't use this. Let's go straight into sap green. And I think I don't want that dirt. I wasted some time. But it's better that I wasted some time than me being unsatisfied with the result. So take that into consideration. Have it with you at all times, that you always got to be satisfied. It's like in life, you got to be satisfied with the job you're doing, or with schoolwork or all that. You got to be satisfied with yourself. If you're not satisfied, you're not going to be happy, and it's not the same. I'm going to highlight this. Just tapping. And I'm sorry I'm keeping you guys over the time. I know I try to keep my videos under 27 to 30 minutes. So hopefully I could wrap it up by 30. But for those who are still watching, I thank you guys. I really couldn't do this without reading some of those nice comments you guys put. You know, sometimes I'm not motivated, and it's no excuse, but you guys help me out to say, you know what, if I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for other people, to teach them what I know, or to help them relax, to help them just get home and relax. I'm just adding some white. And just highlighting the main focal points. Okay. Let's come up here. Got your brushes ready? Because you can do this. They don't have to be expensive brushes. I started off with those cheap Home Depot brushes. If I could do it, so can you guys. And I believe in you. Confidence is the number one key to success. And I hope down the line to be able to not just teach people, but to have my own brush line. Imagine having my own brush line, being able to to sell my brushes, my paints. You know, that would be nice. Okay, we're almost done. I think we're almost done. Just tapping it. And just like that. Simple. Let me add some dirt. I left like a marbled color. I'll come up straight honest with you. Most of the time after the videos, I'll fix the painting to my liking, because I don't want you guys here too long, because then you guys get bored or for whatever reason, and I'll fix it. So I think I'm gonna show something that usually I don't show. I'm gonna show me doing my cabin. Something I would have probably done off camera. Either way, sooner or later you guys would find out. And you guys are the ones who watch me, who support me. Or I hope you guys support me. But I don't want you guys finding out, oh yeah, I change it up after the video from someone else. Just come honest and just say it. Here's what's happening. And I've done it for multiple paintings. Just like so. I'm gonna shape my cabin. Maybe some grass, and we'll call it the end. Could have done the mountains better, but I think I'll show you how I make my mistakes. And sometimes I just live with it. Sometimes I say, nope, I'm changing it. So I'm just mixing up a dark color just for the door. But I hope you guys enjoyed this painting. It was a good challenge to me. Probably wasn't the funnest, but it helped me challenge myself, test my skills. And I think once one gets the courage to do it, they should do it. Because once you challenge yourself, you feel like you can do everything. And once you feel as you can do everything, nothing can stop you, nothing can hold you back. And you're just better. Those challenges help you out. Sometimes they're not for your favor. In your favor, I meant to say. But they'll help you out. They'll teach you a thing or two. And I'm not just saying just this challenge. of painting on a dry canvas. I'm talking about in general. Okay, well, I think the painting's done there. I really hope you enjoyed this painting. How I mentioned to you guys, it was a good challenge. It was something new, something different, and I think we'll revisit this challenge one day, something like this, and it's gonna see my progression. We'll see how we get there, and until next time, I'd like to wish each and every one of you the best of luck with this painting. If you try it out, share it, or if not, just I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, goodbye, my friend.